Hi, welcome to Challenge the Road. This huge announcement by Hertz. Now, I went to America last summer. I love America. If I wasn't living in England, I'd rather live in America. And we used hire cars for the trip. And I was thinking on the way, I wonder what would happen if I had an electric one, because it would just cause a huge amount of problems, I think. And when you're on holiday, you just want a car that works. You don't want to have to hassle thinking where you're going to charge and stuff. So this announcement is huge. Now, I remembered back that Hertz announced, I think in 2022, that they were going to have 100,000 Teslas. And the Tesla share price went rocketing, I think over $1 trillion in value. So what I thought was, I'm going to bring up the article and show you, and we can sort of go through it together, because I've always said I'm open to anything EV, wherever it's going to go, but as long as it works, that's really the key for me. It's like the Taycan at the moment. Yes, it's going okay, but we're in the winter, and in the summer when I'm out driving a lot more, is it going to work? I'm not sure, just because of range, really, and there is quite a bit of time to charge up. So if you're going on holiday, would you have an EV? Now, I think the nice thing with Tesla, it feels a bit like an iPhone. You think, but really in real terms, Porsche EVs and that I feel are better, just because they've got the heritage, the suspension, everything's worked out. And I've driven the latest Teslas, and I have that sort of buzz of driving them at first, and then it just sort of fades. Whereas with the Taycan, I feel like it's a fully developed car and it's pretty awesome to drive. Let's read the article together. Now, Hertz makes agile decision to shift strategy and sell EVs. So they had Teslas. Hertz announced last week it would be selling roughly a third of its fleet of electric vehicles, or roughly 20,000 cars that are predominantly Teslas. I think they've got some Polestars as well, but I need to look into that. So they've got obviously 60,000 electric cars. That signalled a further reversal away from car rental companies' previously stated goal of converting at least 25% of its entire fleet of cars to EVs by the end of 2024. So obviously they're not going to do that now, they're going to struggle. Now, the interesting thing is why. That's what we need to read next. So weakening demand. So, people are going on holiday, they're thinking, well, do I want an EV? Is there enough charging points? And we all know it is a bit of a struggle. Declines in consumer spending and a more competitive EV market has led several automakers to cut plans to produce more EVs and prices of existing cars. So that's interesting, because with the Porsche Taycan, obviously I've got sort of a bit of a rumour that they are going to sort of slow down production to try and keep the values up. And I think what's happening here is obviously the rental market. I'm not, there'd be people more educated than me on it, but I'm assuming that they rent the cars, hire them, and then after sort of 2 or 3 years, they then reverse that round and sell the car and get another car. I assume that's roughly how it works. So they want to get the best deals on the car. They probably have more purchasing power within internal combustion engine cars than they do EVs. Let's just read a bit more down. So, Hertz surprised many onlookers last week when the car rental company announced it would be selling a third of its global vehicle fleet, reversing course on several big bets it had placed on EVs. So I think this is a huge announcement, and it is a struggle with the range. I still believe we need sort of 15-20 minutes charge, 500 miles. And I've said that from the beginning. I'm going to stick with it. I think that, taking an hour or 2-3 hours to charge to get 250 miles is not good enough. That's my opinion. Now down here, I just want to look at, Hertz said it would be selling about 20,000 electric vehicles. It would then use some of the proceeds to buy internal combustion engines. So they're going to go back to petrol or diesel, probably petrol in America mainly. They don't sell many diesel cars in America. The company would also be taking a 245 million incremental net depreciation expense as a result. So they're going to have to write this down. And, Hertz were in a bit of trouble, obviously, with the the pandemic and everything else. But let's have a look here. Okay, so sorry, it was 2021. Hertz first announced plans to grow its fleet of battery electric vehicles with an initial order of 100,000 Teslas by the end of 2022. So, and they were mainly the Tesla Model 3 electric sedans. So I think it's just interesting where we're going now, because if they're going to pull off that ladder, it's going to be difficult to go back quickly as well. So is this the start of the shift for people just voting with their feet and saying, well, I don't want an electric car on hire, I want an internal combustion one? I do also see that Hertz was saying that it was more expensive to run the electric cars than the petrol cars, which was quite interesting. And all I can think is that's a depreciation thing, where they're buying these Teslas. And then I did say that I have seen or heard that some auctions, some Teslas were going for under £5,000. And obviously, if you're now going to flood in, let's just say that's 20,000 Teslas and I think these are for sale now, and now flooding into the market, the US values are going to drop, and that's going to be more. So if they're going to put 40,000 on, it's going to drop even more. So yeah, it's just really just an announcement. And yeah, what do you guys think about this? You know, this is a huge shift. We're being told, go electric, go electric. Hertz have done the right thing. They've tried. It's failed. As far as I can see, it's failed. But where do we go from here? When do they come back in? Are they of the same mindset that the charger facilities to charge your car need to get better and the range needs to get longer? Or are they waiting for these solid state batteries? It could be that as well. But yeah, it's a huge announcement. So yeah, I'm just interested what you guys think. I know as a channel we're very, I tend not to have too many views. It's just more a case of everyone's allowed their own opinion, and yeah, comment. I don't mind replying. It doesn't matter what it is really, because you're entitled to your own opinion. It's not a problem. It's not going to affect me what you say on there. But yeah, I just think massive shift. So yeah. Hope you like these videos. Please like, subscribe, share, really helps us grow, and I'll see you again soon.